कृष्णवर्णं तिशाकृष्णं साङ्गोपाङ्गास्त्रपार्षदं यज्ञैः सङ्कीर्तनप्रायैर्यजन्ति हि सुमेधसः अन्तः कृष्णं बहिर्गौरं दर्शिताङ्गादिवैभवम् कलौ सङ्कीर्तनाद्यै स्मः कृष्णचैतन्यमाश्रिताः जयतां मथुरा भूमौ श्रीलरूपसनातनौ यौ विलेकयतस्तत्त्वं ज्ञापकौ पुस्तिकामिमाम् कोऽपि तद्बान्धवो भट्टो दक्षिणद्विजवंशजः विविच्य वेलिकग्रन्थं लिखितात् वृद्धवैष्णवैः तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्याथ पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः यः श्रीकृष्णपादाम्भोज भजनैकाभिलाषवान् तेनैव दृश्यतामेतत् अन्यस्मै शपथोऽर्पितः श्रीमद्भागवतं श्रीमन्मन्त्रदेशिकमीश्वरम् श्रीमद्भागवतार्थदानां सन्दर्भं कर्तुमाश्रये अथ नत्वा मन्त्रगुरून् गुरून् भागवतार्थदान् सन्दर्भं वस्मि लेखितुम् यस्य ब्रह्मेति संज्ञां क्वचिदपि निगमे याति चिन्मात्रसत्ता प्यंशो यस्यांशकैस्वैर्विभवति वशयन्नेव मायां पुमांश्च एकं यस्यैव रूपं विलसति परमव्योम्नि नारायणाख्यम् स श्रीकृष्णो विधत्तां स्वयमिह भगवान् प्रेम तत्पादभाजाम्। So everyone pray to Sri Jiva Goswami so that we can understand. In your heart you pray to Sri Jiva Goswami and our previous acharyas so that we can understand some little whatever they have given for us. Actually, sometimes devotees may think so much deeply it is going here and there, and why we have to need all, why we have to know all these things. So many, so much time and so much energy is going. So is it really needed to study the Sandarbhas? So why this much complex explanation is there? And so that kind of, sometimes as much as we go progress, as much as we progress, so sometimes we may get that kind of feeling in the heart. Anyway, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Krishna is, and holy name is the ultimate. So then anyway, that I understood, and that is enough. Then why we have to study this kind of literature and so much breaking own head and this, that, and this kind of feelings we may get. So there's a very great chance is there. But in that situation, try to just think one point. So first of all, so it is the service to our previous acharyas. So whatever literature they have written, so we are reading this, or we are studying with the mood of service only. It's not that the mood of becoming some scholar, that we have to understand that point. So service is anyway service. So there is no discrimination in the service. So because they wrote for us only, na? So Jiva Goswami wrote for us. So Srila Prabhupada also wanted us, after reading his books, he wanted us to study the previous Acharya's books. And also on that day of inauguration, so I was mentioning some quotes, so where Srila Prabhupada is clearly writing, so to study these Sandarbhas. So first of all, we are devotees, and whatever is written by our Acharyas, that is accepted as their remnants, and we have to accept that. And we have to just understand that very nicely. And we should not be lazy for that. So sometimes out of laziness, mental laziness will be there. So because of that one, we may get these so many other thoughts. That means why we have to study this, why we have to do this kind of service. So, but that's just, it's like Maya actually, it's cheating us. It's nothing actually. So that kind of, we should not go into that trap, because especially for the, who are committing for this course, for them it is must and should. Because you came already, you committed, so you accepted this service, so in between that service should not be left out. So that is a very important thing. So if you are leaving the in between service, that's not good symptom actually. So if you are feeling difficulty, then pray to the uh, acharyas, Srila Prabhupada and other acharyas. So they will definitely help you to understand this. This is the point we should understand, and with the spirit of devotion, we should study this. So, and also there is a side product. That means anyway advantages are there. What is that advantage? By doing this service, so automatically you will be getting the clear understanding of the truth. That means inside there are some, we may think actually we are convinced completely, but still there are these so many asambhavanas and viparita bhavanas. That means some samshayas are there. So that means asambhavana and viparita bhavana. These are the generally we exist. Asambhavana means, so still we all practicing Krishna. So some thoughts sometimes we may get, and those thoughts are rejecting the existence of the Supreme Lord. So that kind of possibility may possible actually in the very corner of your mind, it may present actually sometimes. And such a explanations if we hear from the somebody from the atheist or some people, so then immediately your faith will shake actually in that moment. So because there is a, in the hidden in the heart, so unknowingly or knowingly very long, that means from the many lifetimes, so we develop that kind of tendencies. So that's why to remove that asambhavana, that means which is the thought which is coming against the Supreme Lord, existence of the Supreme Lord, so those has to be removed. And next, viparita bhavanas. Why we have to accept Krishna only? Why we have to accept absolute truth as Krishna only? So why not others? Why not this? Why not that? So such a thoughts also related to that. So some thoughts we get actually in the inside. Not every time, but very rarely, sometimes maybe in that. So those kind of, so samsayash has to be, doubts should be cleared. So those asamsaya, asambhavana and viparita bhavanas, which are, that means very not wanted feelings, these will be washed out when we read the, that means shastra very scrutinizingly actually. By understanding the shastrartha, that means meanings of the shastra, so if you get the faith on that, then vishwasa, that means if you believe the meanings of the shastra, then that is known as shraddha. What is the definition of shraddha? We all so study in our Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The first step of the sadhana bhakti is what? What is the first qualification? Shraddha. What is the definition of Shraddha? Shastrartha Vishwasaha. That means the deep understanding, that means and belief in the meanings of the Shastra. So when you will get that belief, so firm will believe when we understand the meaning of the Shastra properly. So that's why it is very much needed actually. Becoming Krishna conscious devotee is not so easy also. Is also so easy. If you are really a Raghanuga Bhakta, that means instead of taking the Vaidhi Bhakti Marga, so if you take up the Raghanuga Bhakti, that means you are, by the day one you have the natural attraction to the holy name, then that is a fine. Then you don't need to read any, that means this kind of shastras. But that taste for the holy name should be constant. It's not that the 1 hour in the day we will be getting that taste and after that we are not getting. That is not the symptom of a Raganuga Bhakta actually. So, but that means we are really actually mixed actually. If in our program, if you see, we are also encouraged to do the Raghavanu Bhakti. That means we are always encouraged to directly develop the taste to the holy name. That's why, so we have the all the programs, that means kirtans and this. And also we are encouraged to study the every day scrutinizingly every sloka, one sloka of the Srimad Bhagavatam, morning and evening. So see the Srila Prabhupada system. Srila Prabhupada is also encouraging to study his books very thoroughly. That is very much needed. That's because that will develop you, in you, that will develop Shraddha actually. Then that is the basic foundation actually. If Shraddha is very weak, is a very Komal Shraddha, then anytime you will may, that means go out from the devotion actually. There is a great chance. So that's why for the devotees, so why Prabhupada gave this program, morning program, morning, that means every day we wake up and we start with the kirtan actually. So that's will develop the taste in the holy name directly. That is our primary goal. Definitely that is the primary goal. And also he is asking us to read the Srimad Bhagavatam every day without fail, and also evening Bhagavad Gita every day 1 hour. So, and if you see some letters, so Srila Prabhupada is asking every his follower has to read at least 5 hours. 5 hours of the reading he should do. That kind of, actually I have a letter also like that. That means some Prabhupada saying is like that. And also, so more than 5 hours service also. He is demanding like that actually. So that is he is strictly asking his followers to do this. So that's why we are studying here 5 hours. It is without service. So that means we are so fortunate actually. So here, and he is, if Srila Prabhupada is in this position, then he will say that you also do 5 hours service. Yeah, because, but anyway, fortunately, so by the Vaishnava's mercy, we have this kind of program where we have fully given with the studies for these 3 years or 1 year, whatever. So, okay. So just I am reminding this because you should not deviate from the main track. That is the reason. Okay, next, come to our main discussion. Yesterday we were discussing there are 10 pramanas for any human being case. So any ordinary human being case, there are 10 pramanas. That list we have already given. Those 10 pramanas are not useful for our purpose, our task, because they are all defective. All these 10 pramanas of any human being are defective, so are otherwise not useful. One is because every human being is having the 4 defects, and that 4 defects will reflect on these total 10 to 10 pramanas. So that defect in the naturally defects everyone is having, that defective nature will reflect on these 10 pramanas also. That's why these 10 pramanas are also defective. And also one more thing, whatever these 10 pramanas of the human being are there, Purusha, so those will not touch the object which is beyond the material creation. So why that is, we are going to explain once again in the text. It will be elaborately explained. So this statement we are studying in the Moola. Actually, you have to, I sent one file, that complete Moola, and after that Sarva Samvadini and Baldev Vidyabhushan's commentary along with that. So you have that or not? Yes. So that file you can open and you can see in that. Mm. So here you see how many colors we have, various different colors. Where we are, 15, huh? 15. Okay. uh, uh, yes, Subrameti. Next. Athaiva. You can see the word file. It is Shat Sandarbha 1 Tattva Sandarbha. This is the file name actually. Many files I sent in that, you see this. So there, Atha evam suchitanam Sri Krishna tadvacha vachaka ta lakshana sambandha tadbhajana lakshana vidheya सपर्यायाभिधेय तत्प्रेम लक्षण प्रयोजनाख्यानाम् अर्थानां निर्णयाय तावत् प्रमाणं निर्णीयते तत्र पुरुषस्य भ्रमादिदोषचतुष्टय दुष्टत्वात् सुतराम् अलौकिक अचिन्त्य स्वभाव वस्तु स्पर्श अयोग्यत्वाच्च तत्प्रत्यक्षादीन्यपि सदोषानि तत्प्रत्यक्षादीन्नि sadoshani. That means all these 10 pramanas, of whom Purushasya, you see here. Purushasya pratyakshadini pramanani sadoshani. That means they are with the dosha, defective. What is the so online students, they are asking screen sharing. I expect. Yes. 1 second. Page number 15. This one, huh? Yeah, this. Okay. Yeah, I'm coming. This okay, na? Oh, it's not shared, huh? This is. This one. So here, please see these black letters, completely black and bold. This is the mula. Okay. After that, green, in the green, the font which is in the green color, that is Sarvasamvadini. And then after that, in that, what is this color? Violet. This violet color is the commentary of the Baldev Vidyabhushan. And red, brown, red it is. Brown mixed red. So this is Radha Mohan Goswami's commentary. So now our planning is like this. We read the Mula first, that means black letters one. Then after that, we see the points from the Sarvasamvadini, it's a green letter font. And then if we find, that means if we find some interesting points, and also we take from the violet. This is the procedure, okay? Like this will go on. So now first, what we are doing, we are seeing that, so all these 10 pramanas of the every Purusha, that means any ordinary human being, are defective. That is done. Now we come to the Sarvasamvadini. Sarvasamvadini, very big Sarvasamvadini is given on this. Total Sarvasamvadini we'll see. Because this is going to give the lot of clear understanding about the pramanas very clearly. In the Sarvasamvadini, what he is saying, you see here, Atha Purushasya iti. Atha Purushasya iti अत्र एतद् उक्तं भवति यद्यपि प्रत्यक्षानुमानशब्दार्शोपमानार्थापत्यभावः इति चेष्टाख्यानि 10 प्रमाणानि विदितानि. That means there are 10 pramanas are there of any human being. Still, yadyapi, even though there are 10 pramanas of human being, yadyapi. So now one thing you can do, you can also compare with the notes I sent. We did the literal translation actually. So from that notes also you can compare. So simultaneously, even though there are 10 pramanas, tathapi brahma pramadi vipralipsa karna patava dosha rahita vachanatmakah shabda eva moolam pramanam. Even there are 10 pramanas, but what is the root pramana for everything? That is shabda pramana. Which kind of shabda? Free from the 4 defects. In the Sanskrit, what is that? Brahma pramada vipralipsa karnapatava dosha rahita vachanatmakah shabdaha. This is the mula. That means it's a root. Yesterday I showed you one tree and also on the root. That root is this. Which one? That's shabda pramana. Okay. Moolam pramana. You should know, if you know the Sanskrit also, while you explain to others, so it will be very helpful to you. Very much helpful actually. So that's a little bit. And even if you don't know Sanskrit, just whatever I am saying, if you follow, so you can learn Sanskrit also by this. It's not a big deal actually. It is a language only. So anyesham prayaha purusha brahmadi doshamayataya anyatha pratiti darshanena pramanam va tad abhasam va iti purushaihi nirnetum ashakyatvat. Where whenever you get the tvat, that means tvat like this, that is a hetu. That is a hetu to the previous statement. What is that previous statement? Previous statement is anyesham prayah anyesham prayah purusha brahmadi dosha mayataya anyatha pratiti darshanena pramanam va tadabhasava iti purushaihi nirnayatum ashakyatvat. This is the hetu to say. That means even though there are 10 pramanas are there, we are not going to take. We are going to take only. That means we are accepting that what? The Shabda Pramana, which is free from the 4 defects. That means I can say simply non-defective Shabda. Okay? This word we will use today, now onwards. So non-defective Shabda is only the Mula. So what is the Hetu for this? Because this is only Mula. Because all other Pramanas, those 10 Pramanas are, sometimes they work as Pramana, sometimes they may not work. That means sometimes they look as Pramana and sometimes they look as Pramana Bhasa. So because they are not stable, that's why you cannot rely on those. So you will rely on the only the non-defective Shabda. Okay? Everyone please follow like this. Atha, this discussion yesterday we did already. Atha ragna bhrutyanam iva tenaiva anyesham bhaddamoolatvat. So now ragna bhrutyanamiva tenaiva anyesham ragna bhrutyanamiva. So just we are bringing some relation between the non-defective shabda and all other 10 pramanas of the purusha. Okay? One side non-defective shabda is there. And another side who is there? 10, not 9. 10 pramanas. Because till now we know only Shabda means Shabda, that is the Vedas. But yeah, oh no, that will be, I can pull back. So 10 pramanas. So even in this Shabda also comes This shabda is different from this shabda. This is non-defective shabda. This is defective shabda. How to know? Just I will explain to remove your doubt. So let us take, there is a one scientist. What he does, first of all, he will uses his 5 senses, knowledge senses, to observe the nature. He observed the nature. Then after that, he developed some rules. And after that, after developing those rules, so though he apply those rules in the, once again on the nature, and after that he will get the some result, or the some information. So this information is now is written in the is written in a book, and that you are hearing from the your teacher. So now whatever you are hearing from the teacher, so that is known as what? Shabda only. Yes? That Shabda is completely free from the defects? No. Because the origin is what? The scientist who is having the 4 defects. So this Shabda I am saying here 10. Yes? This Shabda is defective. Now this non-defective Shabda and 10 pramanas. Non-defective Shabda pramana. And these. What we are saying, we are bringing the some relation here. We are saying that this is king. And these are the Bhrityas, servants. Why we are saying that is the given here. Here you see there are the few reasons are given. How many? 6. 6 are given. 6 those are translated into English. In your handout you can check. So first one is very that. Okay. Ata ragna bhrityanamiva tenaiva anyesham baddha moolatvat. Tenaiva anyesham baddha moolatvat. What is that? So here in the handouts, open the handouts. That SS Anucheda 1 file name is. That's a PDF file. Open that file and see where we are seeing. Here, superiority of non-defective Shabda. That title, you go to that title. Superiority of non-defective Shabda. Online students also following or not? But 2 times I have to share that also alternatively. Every time I should change? Okay. Stop. Okay. What should I do? And
then here, click on the screen.
Screen, where is that? This only, na?
Yeah.
There is only.
Okay.
Huh?
That's good.
So now they are seeing. Now you are seeing handout, na? Online students, yes? Okay. Okay. Superiority of a non-defective Shabda. See, here English is there, and why this always comes this? Huh? So here non-defective shabda is the king, others are servant, because you see in the 3, in the point number 3 B, actually B, you see non-defective shabda is the king, others are servants, because first one is all others are rooted in shabda. Now open the mula also, this one. Here you see what is that? Tenaiva anyesham baddha mulatvat. This is translated as what? This is translated as all others are rooted in shabda. Following Rangamai Prabhu? You are following or not? You don't? Huh? Okay. Next what? Tasyatu nairapekshat. Yatha, this is second point. Tasyatu nairapekshat. That means non-defective shabda is independent. Next. यथाशक्ति क्वचिद एव तस्य तैहि साचिव्य कारणात्. That means it is served by other pramanas according to their capability. This is the third point. Yeah. And fourth one is swadhinasya tasya tu tani upamadhyapi pravrutti darshanat. So self-dependent non-defective shabda pramana can overrule other pramanas. So this nature is seen. Okay. What here? This shabda pramana, non-defective shabda, can overrule the other pramanas. Next. Tena pratipadite vastuni taihi viruddham ashikyatvat. The prama established by prama means the right knowledge. The right knowledge established by shabda cannot be opposed by other pramanas. So shabda pramana here, non-defective shabda, whatever it is establishing, it cannot be opposed by any others, and also it can overrule others, and it is independent. All others are dependent on that, and all they serve according to their capability to this. Next, last one is what? Tesham shaktibhihi अस्पृश्ये वस्तुनि तस्यैव तु साधक tamatvat. Means the objects which cannot be approached by other pramanas can be approached by shabda. That means these 10 pramanas of the human being, they cannot approach, they cannot know about the object which cannot be approached, and such an object also can be approached by shabda. Yeah. Yes. So now we have, these are the 6 points to say shabda, non-defective shabda is the king and all others are the servants. These are the hetus, 6 hetus. It is clear and it should be remembered, and it will be given in the exam. I am giving clue also. Okay. Now, so all 10 pramanas are servant. We'll take one pramana from that and we'll see, we'll do the case study. That means we have the now non-defective shabda and one pramana we'll take out of 10. First one, what is that first one? Pratyaksha pramana of whose? Is a pratyaksha pramana of the human. Pratyaksha pramana of the human being. Okay, that we'll take. So now come to the text, main text. Tata hi, here now in the green, tata hi pratyaksham tavat mano buddhindriya panchakagna janyataya shadvidam bhavet. First we are doing case study here. No? Okay, what we are taking? We are taking pratyaksha pramana. Pratyaksha pramana. just 1 second. Where is that file? What happened to Sarveshwar Sundar? Please keep on. See, this is from this book. This book is Tarka Sangraha. What is that definition of the pratyaksham? Indriyartha sannikarsha janyam gnanam pratyaksham. Indriya means organ and artha means object. Sannikarsha janyam, that means born of the contact of. So that means it is sannikarsha means contact. Contact between whom? Between the, see in the screen. It's not visible screen. Huh? I हाँ? चल किया मैंने. Okay. Indriyartha sannikarsha janyam gnanam pratyaksham. Just I am giving the definition. Indriya, that means we have how many senses? 6 senses. 6 senses are there. Manasashtindriyani. Manasashtindriyani. Shashtindriyani. In the Bhagavad Gita, how many senses we are having? It is saying 6. 6 senses are there. And all these 6 senses, so they are the senses and sense object. This is a sense. I'll write big. Sense organ. And this is object. We are 6. All of you know those. What is happening? How the pratyaksha gnanam is produced? Indriyartha sannikarsha janyam. So when there is a contact of the sense with the sense object, then from that contact, what is produced? Gnanam is produced. And that is known as pratyaksha gnanam. That is pratyaksha gnanam. Prabhu, you can off this. They can see the board. Huh? Yeah. Actually, okay. Pratyaksha gnanam. Okay. So contact of the sense with the sense object means, like you see eye contact means you are putting like this to touch eye. No, it's not like that. Just you seeing actually. That is the enough is contact. Now if you want to touch the water, then you will be touching the water with the skin. Then skin is a sense organ here, and it is producing the knowledge. That is, this water is cold, this water is hot, like that. And similarly, smell, nose. That gandha is coming and touching to the nose. Yeah. So they're like this. So they, because of the contact between the senses and sense objects, so knowledge is produced, and this knowledge is known as pratyaksha gnanam. Okay. This is okay. Um, it will be very complex. Okay, that much is enough here. So, before studying, actually, if you want to the study thoroughly Sandarbhas, one should study Tarka Sangra first. That is a minimum prerequisite actually. But somehow, so our devotees feel very boring maybe reading Tarka Sangra. That's why. So it is not put in your syllabus, but really, if you want to understand Tarka Sangraha, if you learn at least Tarka Sangraha, it will be very much helpful. Yeah, is written this Tarka Sangraha. Nyaya Bodhini is there for Tarka Sangraha Karika, and some others also they wrote. Deepika is there. This is Deepika. Lectures also are there. Okay. Now come to our point. Come to a Mula. In the Mula, now मनोबुद्धीन्द्रिय सॉरी तथा ही प्रत्यक्षम तावत मनोबुद्धीन्द्रिय पंचक बुद्धीन्द्रिय बुद्धीन्द्रिय मीन्स knowledge senses manas means mind plus knowledge senses बुद्धीन्द्रिय पंचक जन्यतया so षड विधम भवेत it is 6 types that means chaksha pratyaksham srotra pratyaksham so next nasika grana twak and manas. So like this, pratyaksham is pratyaksha gnanam is how many types? 6 types. Pratyaksha gnanam is 6 types. That means if the knowledge is produced from the through the eye, so their sense organ is eye, then chakshusha pratyaksham that is. And if there is a knowledge sense is here there, mind, then it is manasa pratyaksham. Like this, how many total? 6. प्रत्येकं पुनः सविकल्प निर्विकल्प भेदेन द्वादश विधम भवेत्. Once again, those 6 are into 12 types. 6 into 2, that means 12 types. Like this here, Chakshusha. Change this screen. Chakshusha. Chakshusha, Manasa. So like this. Total 6. And each one is 2 types. Savikalpaka. And Nirvikalpaka. Like this, each is two types. That means 6 into 2. Then it is total 12. Shadvidam bhavet. What is the meaning of Savikalpa and Nirvikalpaka? That is also given there. That what I wrote. You see in that. Nirvikalpa means knowledge of an object without its attributes. Without its attributes means getting the knowledge about the object but not about attributes. That is the Nirvikalpakam. And Savikalpakam means so knowledge of an object with its attributes. So I already gave example. That means one person is going and one truck is coming in the just there is a like this. Suddenly that means this truck came into his front and that light is falling, and then after that he's not able to see the object what is coming actually. It's a truck or is the lorry or is a bus or is a car. So he will not understand actually. And what color and what shape, nothing. Just something is there. That much only. Yeah, that is the Nirvikalpa. Nirvikalpa. No choices. Only one. That is Idam Asti. That's only one. Like that. Idam Asti. Like the Nirvisesha. Yes. What is that? Mm. Nirvikalpaka is given here. Okay, leave it. Next. Next what? Next. Savikalpaka, Nirvikalpaka, total 12. It is 12 types now. Dwadasha. Dwadasha vidham. So tatra तद एव च पुनः वैदुषं तद एव च पुनः वैदुषं अवैदुषं च इति द्विविधम्. Once again, each one is two types, Vaidusham and Avaidusham. Then total how many? 24 types. We have 24 types of Pratyaksha Gnanam. This Savikalpa is also once again two types, Vaidusha and Avaidusha. Like this, each one is two types. That's a total 24 types. And next. So Vaidusha Pratyaksham means here who are the Vaidushas? Vaidushas means here the servants of the Supreme Lord, Bhaktas. Not the ordinary servants, but who are perfected their the existence. That means, like example, Vasudev. Vasudev Bhakti Yoge Namanase Samyak Pranihite Male Apashyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Cha Tadapashrayam. You are all reading this sloka from first canto, 7th chapter, 5th sloka. There what is said? Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranahite Male Apashyat. So Vasudev, he is having a purified heart and he did meditation. That means he went into the samadhi. Samahite means, so in the Pranihite means samahite. Samahite means he went into samadhi. Vasudev went into samadhi and what he saw? He saw there Purusham Purnam Mayamcha. He saw both. And also Maya, what kind of Maya he saw? He saw the Maya which is bewildering the Jivatma. Such a way he saw. He not just saw the Maya. So now here what word is used? Vasudev saw Apashyat. The word Apashyat is very important. Apashyat means what? Seeing. Seeing means what? It is Pratyaksha. So Vasudev directly is seeing the Krishna in his samadhi. This is known as Vaidusha Chakshusha Pratyaksham. Getting example this is. And Savikalpaka Vaidusha Chakshusha Pratyaksham. He is seeing this. If you see in the samadhi, if any Vaidusha is seeing samadhi Krishna as Brahman, then it is Vaidusha Nirvikalpaka Chakshusha Pratyaksham. Pratyaksham. Pratyaksham Gnana. Yes? So that's why whenever we do devotion, finally what we get? We get the Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha actually. Vaidusha Pratyaksham actually. We directly experience. That means that directly we see. Now we are hearing about the Krishna through the words. This is what? This is Shabda Gnanam. This is Shabda Gnanam. We are hearing about the Lord, that is Shabda Gnanam. That's the words you are hearing And after that, so that's why Krishna is heard by you. So like this. And now you are taking holy name and you are chanting the holy name. When we chant holy name, that holy name is going into the heart, and he is going to into the heart. In the what form he is, Krishna is directly is appearing. That means holy name is going to the heart. That means we say in the sloka also. What is that sloka? Hrudyantasto hyabhadrani vidunoti suhrussatam शृण्वतां सकतां कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवण कीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्तो ह्यभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सताम्. So that means, what is the meaning of this sloka? Hrudyantastha. That means Krishna is in the heart. Hrudyantastha means he is in the heart. What he is doing? Vidhunoti. Vidhunoti means he is cleaning. What he is cleaning? Abhadrani. That means which are the different contamination actually which we accumulated. So here Hrudyantastha. Shrinvatam Sakatam Krishna. Krishna, that means Hrudyantastha, that means Krishna being in the heart, he is cleaning the all the Abhadrani. There, Krishna is directly is standing there. No. There, Krishna is, if you see Acharya's commentary, in what form of Krishna he is there? Bhava, Bhava Rupa, not the direct appearance. Not direct appearance. In the Bhava form, he is there. So then when he will appear there in the heart directly, so if you go to the further, actually in that same chapter, Sota Goswami is explaining. So when we, what he is saying there? विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथिश्चिद्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एव आत्मनीश्वरे. So that means there are, so our bhakti process is starting from the hearing. When we started, that means hearing about the holy name. So then Krishna is entering in the direct, in the form of bhava only, not the directly he is giving darshan to in the Krishna actually. So direct Krishna will not stay there actually. It's a contaminated heart. So in the Bhava Rupa he is going there and he is cleaning. And then once it is cleaned completely, that means tada rajas tamo bhavaha kama lobha dayaschaye chetayetairanavindham stitam sattve prasidati. That means when this rajas tamas, that means the different contaminations due to rajas and tamas, when they are completely cleaned, then our heart is becoming completely Suddha Sattvam, not the material Sattvam, but it is becoming the pure Sattvam. Then in that pure heart, what is happening? Vidyate hridaya grandhis chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani drishta eva atmanishware. That means he is giving drishtaha. That means he is directly seen. He is seen. That is the pratyaksha. That is known as pratyaksha. That means we are hearing and about the Lord. So when our heart is completely clean, then we will be seeing him directly. That is our, so that is a perfection actually. That is perfection means not seeing the perfect, seeing the Lord is not our perfection. When we want to serve him at any cost, even we may see, may not see, as a philosophical stand, but I am saying just so by this process, what is happening? We are seeing. This is known as Vaidusha Pratyaksham. This is a Vaidusha Pratyaksham. That is we want. Next. Total, how many? 24. After that, तत्र वैदुषे च विप्रतिपत्ति Brahmadi nrudosha rahityat. So actually, tatra vaidushe cha na vipratipatti. This is a mistake in this text. This is text is from the Gaudiya Grantha Mandir is taken. So be careful sometimes, because final edition it didn't come till now. So there is problem, error is there. Here vaidushe, that means in the vaidushe pratyaksha na vipratipatti, that means there is no virodha. There is no ambiguity in the case of vaidusha pratyaksha. Only there is an ambiguity in the case of avaidusha pratyaksha. So what we are discussing, you should not remember, should not forget the flow. What we are going to do actually today? Case study. Case study of what? Pratyaksha versus Shabda. This we want to do. Which kind of Shabda? Non-defective Shabda. So non-defective Shabda versus Pratyaksha we are doing. That means we are already discussed that non-defective Shabda is the king and all other 10 are the servants. So that's why we took one, that is a Pratyaksha. So now this Pratyaksha is how many types? We just analyzed, it is 24 types. That means, so 12 Vaidisha Pratyaksham and 12 are the Avaidisha Pratyaksham. So in the case of Vaidisha Pratyaksham, there is no ambiguity. So that means, the ambiguity means whether this Gnanam is correct or wrong. So that kind of doubt is not there. So that's why Vaidisha Pratyaksham is not our discussion. That you keep side. So now what you should take now? Avaidusha Pratyaksham. So now if you want to see here, now in the case study what we are doing, non-defective Shabda versus Avaidusha. Avaidusha Pratyaksha. Pratyaksham. Avaidusha Pratyaksha. This we have to discuss. This is king, servant. There are the 6 hetus are there. That 6 hetus we should do in this case. Okay, following, make notes and remember this, what we are doing, how the flow is going on. Next, what is the Mula is there? You see. Next in the Mula, what is that? No Pratipatti. There is no ambiguity in the case of the Vaidusha Pratyaksham. Because, what is the reason? 2 reasons are given here. One is Brahmadi Nrudosha Rahityat Shabdasyapi Tanmulatvat Cha. Cha is there means 2 are there. That means, and also I said Tvat. Whenever this Ta is coming, Panchamyanta, Tvat. So that you should take as Hetu. So how many Hetus are there here? 2 Hetus are there. 2 Hetus for what? To say that Avaidusha Pratyaksham is not having any ambiguity. To say this, we are saying 2 Hetus. Okay? Where is your, you don't have that files there? So see here, 2 reasons. One is Brahmadi dosha rahita, because these Jivatmas, whoever seeing the, that means Supreme Lord directly, in their case there is no defect. No defect. No four defects. No four defects are there. So that is one reason. And another is, and also whatever they realize, that is according to the Shastra only. They don't realize anything beyond the Shastra. So that's why Brahmaji is saying in the third canto, in the 9th chapter, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu prayers. So what he's saying? Anyone remember in this context? Srutivata Neetam. So sloka number 5. Third canto, 9th chapter, 5. Ye tu त्वदीयचरणाम्बुजकोशगन्धं जिग्रन्ति कर्णविवरैः श्रुतिवातनीतं भक्त्या गृहीतचरणः परया च तेषां न पैशिनाथ हृदयाम्बुरुहा स्वपुंसाम्. This is from the third canto, 9th chapter, 5th sloka. So translation I will read from the BBT translations, Prabhupada. 395. That means devotees all the time, they will realize everything which is rooted in the Shabda only. No whimsical realization. No. What is the proof? Brahmadi himself is saying, "O my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet, carried by the air of Vedic sound through the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. So for them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts." What he said here, carried by the air of Vedic sound. Shrutivata Nitam is an important word. So yeah. So that's why many people, they create their own gods and they start worshipping. And that is no use actually. So here, that's why it is said, Vaidusha Pratyaksham is perfect because they are free from the four defects. And second is their realization, whatever. That means their experience, their direct perceptual knowledge is rooted in Shabda. Defective, non-defective Shabda. Clear? Next. Where is it? Okay. Avaidushe. Avaidushe evam samshayaha. But in the Avaidusha Pratyaksha, there is samshaya, doubt. There is a doubt whether this knowledge is right or wrong. That means Avaidusha Pratyaksha Pramanam, whatever is producing that knowledge is, that means that the knowledge generated by the Avaidusha Pratyaksha Pramanam is doubtful. So maybe it is right and sometimes it is maybe wrong. It is the Prama or the Brahma. Abhas or Brahma also you can say. Knowledge is two types. Knowledge is two types. Knowledge is two types. One is the Prama and another is Brahma. Prama means right knowledge and Brahma means wrong. Right and wrong. Mike.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
In the 10 Pramana.
Pramanas.
Sabda coming 2 times, it seems like in Pratyaksha we said 5 senses that include sound, that is ear, and
Ah.
again third is Sabda in Pratyaksha Anuman Sabda. So that defective Sabda, and again this is the little.
Shabda is now we have two Shabdas only. One is the out of 10, that means 10 Pramanas we have. In that one is there. That is the one Shabda, and another is non-defective Shabda.
Yeah, another
Uh,
in Pratyaksha, when we say there are 10, 24,
Ah.
in that 24 again that sound is Sabda or not?
No. That is not Shabda Pramana.
Pratyaksha.
That is not Shabda Pratyaksha actually.
Okay.
What is the Shabda Pramana? Shabda Pramana means not just hearing the sound is not Shabda Pramana. Shabda Pramana means
Words.
hearing the words and after that recalling the meanings of those words, and then after that, so making the anvaya of that sentence and extracting the knowledge from that sentence. That is Shabda Pramana. Not just hearing the words. Just hearing the words, now I will speak in Tamil or Telugu. So you cannot understand. So that means even I speak in Telugu, you cannot understand. So that means even I speak the words, you are not understanding. So in your case, that is not Shabda Pramana. Those words are not Shabda Pramana because they are not producing any knowledge in you. Okay. Avaidushe, Prama and Brahma. Two are there. Right and wrong. Brahma, actually, technical definition, I want just looking for that. I want, 1 second. Yeah. Anyways, I should not do research here. We'll go ahead. Atad vastuni tad gnanam. That is, where it is that? Atad vastuni tad gnanam. Tad vastuni tad gnanam is the Prama. Atad vastuni tad gnanam is the Brahma. Anyway, I'll explain that. Atad vastuni tad gnanam Brahma. Atad vastuni. That object is not that, but in that you are getting knowledge of that object. Atad vastuni. Atad vastuni tad gnanam. Atad vastuni. It is not that object, but you are getting knowledge of that. Example is shell. What is this? Seashell. Seep in Hindi. Seep. Seashell. You know, na? So in this, by seeing this, you are thinking it is silver. So you are thinking this object as silver. So here atad vastuni, that means it is not silver. Atad means, tad means silver. Atad means this vastu is not silver, but you are getting tad gnanam. That means silver gnanam. That means this object is silver. This is known as what? This is Brahma. Okay, clear? Atad vastuni tad gnanam. Brahma. And tad vastuni tad gnanam Prama. Tad vastuni tad gnanam Prama. Sadguru Prabhu, getting? Now in the case of avaidusha pratyaksham, we have chances of these two. That means the knowledge may be the Brahma or Prama. Knowledge is two types, Prama or the Brahma. Definitions are these. So that's why in the case of avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam, so knowledge is doubtful. That means it may be the Prama or it may be Brahma. Next. Tadiyam gnanam hi vyabhicharati. Vyabhicharati. Tadiya gnanam means, so knowledge related to the avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam. The knowledge related or knowledge generated by the avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam is vyabhichari. Vyabhichari means, yes, changing. Who is vyabhichari? Vyabhichari means immediately you should get two. Immediately you should get in your mind two. It's not one. Vyabhichari means two. It is a sambandha actually. Vyabhichari is a sambandha. That's why you need two relators. So knowledge generated by avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam is, this knowledge is vyabhichari. You vyabhichari towards whom? Towards the pramanam, not pramata. Toward the avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam. Knowledge generated by avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam is vyabhichari towards avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam. Sorry, yeah. Avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam. Avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam is clear, na? And now what we are saying, the knowledge which is generated by avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam is vyabhichari towards that pramanam. Knowledge is there. This is knowledge, and this is pramanam. This is pramanam. Getting this knowledge is vyabhichari towards pramanam. That means what? All the time, that means same knowledge is produced from this pramanam. Sometimes different knowledge is produced. Now still some doubt will be there in the heart. It's not clear. Prabhu, explain more clearly. No, Devadat. Now take one thing. You take the silver and sheep shell, seashell. Take the seashell. So seashell is the object you take. In this, the contact of ice with the seashell is the contact of the ice with the seashell is what? Is the avaidusha pratyaksha pramanam. Okay? And this is silver. Is the what? Prama. No, it is knowledge. It's knowledge. Okay? It is knowledge. This knowledge, this is silver. This knowledge is always, this is silver. This knowledge has to be produced always when we see the silver then only na. But this knowledge is even it is produced in the case of shishal also. That means what? This knowledge is not following strictly its pramana. Strictly it's pramana. Yes or no? So that's why this knowledge, that means knowledge which is generated by the avaidusha pratyaksha pramana is vyabhichari, is not following strictly its particular pramana, its pramana. Okay. Knowledge, pratyaksha gnanam, that means this is silver, this is the knowledge. It is not following strictly its pramana. That means if it is following, then it has to be produced in the case of silver only. Okay, wherever you are not understanding, make it yellow in your book, make it yellow so that you can remember back. And yeah, you open the video once again and take this point and see, that means what is explained there once again, so that it will be easy for you. So because we have so much technology, so it is so much convenient, anything we can do immediately you can get. All the lectures also we are getting every day, and we have all the files, and also mark it and hear it back. Yes. Like this, so many, like this snake on the rope, in the rope also you can take, like this, so many. So that means avaidushe vipratim. Okay, next, what is that? Tadiya gnanam hi vibicharati. Here also it is given, one example is given. That means avaidusha pratyaksha gnanam is not always is avyabhichari, it is vyabhichari. Example is Maya mundavalokane devadattasyaiva mundam idam vilokyate ityadau. What is the English translation? Open the notes. SS. In this you see what is translated. So yeah. A person mistakes an imaginary shaven head for the head of person Devadatta. So there is imaginary shaved head, and by seeing that, one may think that it is head of the Devadatta. It's imaginary head actually. So like one magician is there, and this magician created one head. Okay, one head is created, and Devadatta went, Somadatta went to that show. And that means he is having a friend Devadatta. Somadatta's friend is Devadatta. So Devadatta, so this Somadatta is seeing the head which is created by the magician, and he is thinking it is my friend's head only, and he is crying, oh, my friend's head is cut off and it is kept here. Okay, so here what? Here Vyabhicharata is there or not? Actually, Somadatta has to get, this is Devadatta's head. When he should get this kind of knowledge? When he see originally Devadatta's head. But he is not getting, not only in that case, but even in the case of the created head. In that case also he is getting, this is Devadatta's head. That means this knowledge, this is Devadatta's head. This knowledge, this kind of knowledge is Vyabhichari, is not strictly following its pramana. Okay. Next. But in the case of the non-defective shabda, You see. Now 6 points. That first point we are discussing this. This is the first point. But in the case of the Shabda, what? Natu Shabdaha. But Shabda is not Vebhichari. Yatha Himalaye Himam Ratnakare Ratnam Ityadau. Himalaye Himam Ratnakare Ratnam. What is the meaning of this? So snow in Himalayas, jewels in jewel mine. You heard the sentence snow in Himalayas. After hearing this sentence, you are getting the knowledge that there is snow in Himalayas. This knowledge is always, that means is following its pramana. Sabda pramana, how it functions, I said already. How it functions in the case of Sabda pramana, how it functions? Sabda pramana, in the case of Sabda pramana, what happens? First we hear the words, sentences we hear which are comprised of words. So we hear the various words which are known as sentence. After that, what we do after hearing this word, we recall meanings of these words. After recalling these meanings, what you will do? You will make connection of all those meanings. Then after that, you will be getting the final knowledge, information. That is known as Shabda Gnanam. That is known as Shabda Gnanam. Shabda Gnanam. And what is Sabda Pramana? These words are the Shabda Pramana. These words are Shabda Pramana. Okay? Now, this is Shabda Gnanam. Shabda Gnanam. That means, in our case, now what are the words? Himalaya, snow in, you heard the words, what are that? Snow in the Himalayas. You heard this sentence, this sentence, that means several words. Then after hearing all these words, you will be recalling the meaning of snow. Oh, snow means, oh, that is the object which is white color and cold, and it's a solidification of the water. So that kind of meaning you will recollect. In, that means it is in, it's Adhikarana. The Himalayas, that means that is the place, so where that is known as Himalayas. So like this is the name of the place, or the hills. So like this, you recall these meanings, and then after that, finally you will get that, okay, snow is in the Himalayas. If you don't know meanings of these words, if I tell to any villager who doesn't know English, can he get any information from this? Can he get? No. Why he will get? If he doesn't know the meanings of the words, can he get? No. But in the case of the only the who knows the meanings of these words, they only get. So this is the way, this is the process of the Shabda Pramana. So in this, these words are the Shabda Pramana actually. Okay. Now, these words are generating the knowledge, Shabda Gnanam. This Shabda Gnanam is always, that means snow in the Himalayas. This kind of knowledge is always coming from the only this statement only. Okay. So that's why the here Shabda Gnanam is always following its pramana. That's why it is not Vebhichari. Yes or no? Now questions online, on site, all. Okay, okay, Prabhu, quickly you can ask. Ashray Gorang, Prabhu.
From this example, it appears that Sabda Praman, even not, maybe not Vaidusha, maybe not based on scripture, still Sabda Praman is higher than all other 9 Pramanas. because this Himalaya is not ordinary sentence, but still it is having more accuracy than other pramana.
So here Himalaya, snow in the Himalayas, this is the Pramadi Dosha Rahita Shabda Pramanam. That's we are taking it as in that place. You are taking this snow in the Himalayas as an example for the Brahma non-defective Shabda. And this non-defective Shabda is not, that means the knowledge produced from the non-defective Shabda is not Vibhichari, but Avaidisha Pratyaksha Gnanam is Vibhichari. Yes or no? Only one point we discussed. Okay. So, Prabhu, actually, I suggest you forget everything and hear this as it is. Then, after the hearing total, then if you recall, then it will be good. Otherwise, if you jump now, so you may miss the points actually. So, last sentence is what I am saying. Okay. In the case of Avaidisha Pratyaksha Gnanam, that Gnanam is Vebhichari. And in the case of the non-defective Shabda, the Gnanam produced from the non-defective Shabda is not Vebhichari. Okay, this is the point. Okay, next. Avikas Prabhu. Quickly, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. One of the things we said that the
Yeah.
self-dependent Shabda is the Mula of all Pramanas.
Yes.
So all 10 Pramanas. So in this particular example, which we were discussing with the Chakshushaka, it's Swavikalpakam or Nirvikalpakam and Vaidusha and Avaidusha. We have only we first decided that we would not take an example of Vaidusha
Yes.
because that is a pramana
That is perfect.
and that is a perfect knowledge.
Yes.
Then we took example of Avaidusha. The point I'm trying to understand here is that we made a statement that self-dependent Shabda is always Mula of all these 10 Pramanas,
Yes.
the human Pramanas. So how will we conclude that in case of Vaidusha Swavikalpakam case? How will we say that is still the self-dependent Shabda is the overruling thing on that particular branch?
So I didn't complete that whole discussion. So I just started. That means our main goal is what? Our goal is today what we took? We took non-defective Shabda versus Pratyaksha Pramana. The case study we took. So we made the statement initially in the yesterday's class, non-defective Shabda is the root for all these 10 Pramanas of the any human being. Okay, that after that, I am saying this non-defective Shabda is the king and all are the servants. If you prove that non-defective Shabda is the king and all are the servants, then automatically it will prove that non-defective Shabda is the root for the all other, so other 10 Pramanas. That is our task. So now that's why first we took one case study. That means out of 10 Pramanas we took, so Pratyaksham and versus non-defective Shabda. Okay, in the Pratyaksham also we discussed there are varieties of there. So there are 24 types, but the 12 are the Vaidisha Pratyaksham and 12 are the Avaidisha Pratyaksham, and Vaidisha Pratyaksham we are not taking because Vaidisha Pratyaksham is defectless. So that's why we take off that, and only the remaining is 12 Avaidisha Pratyaksham. So here one may ask, Avaidisha Pratyaksham, so is also dependent on so non-defective Shabda only, because Avaidisha Pratyaksham is according to what? Is according to the Shabda only, na? So Shruti Vatanitam, what I said, the example, Brahmaji is what he's praying. He's saying that all these devotees, the pure devotees, they realize the supreme truth according to the Shabda only. So in this way, Vaidisha Pratyaksham is also dependent on Shabda. This point is clear. And now come to our main discussion. So Avaidisha Pratyaksham is servant of the non-defective Shabda that we have to prove. So in that first item we proved. That means, so Avaidisha Pratyaksham is, Pratyaksha Gnanam is Vebhichari, and the non-defective Shabdas, knowledge produced by the non-defective Shabda is not Vebhichari. Vebhichari. This much is only done. Still, further discussion should be done. Tomorrow we'll do.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other doubt which was coming in my head was about this example on the snow in the Himalayas.
Ah.
So Prabhu, in that, just what the confusion I was having is that it's a knowledge from Shabda, and we are taking it as a statement of a non-defective words.
Yes, Himalayas, in the snow in the Himalayas, we are taking here it as non-defective Shabda. Okay. And we are checking that. So that is not producing any wrong knowledge. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu. And does this means that the assumption is the knower of the knowledge who is knowing snow and Himalayas, he has already the knowledge of snow and Himalayas. So when the word is produced to that knower, then what is known is verified by that.
Hmm.
Is that a right assumption?
No. So here what? So that is generally what happens in the Shabda Pramana you are saying. So okay, but you have to wait for the another 2 more classes. Then all these small doubts will go off. So next another one can ask.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I have two questions. Probably
Yeah.
one is just regarding the same snow in the Himalayas. You know, there's paroksha and aparoksha. So we take the same statement from Srimad Bhagavatam, and the Sanskrit words have different meanings. And so when we do Anvaya, I can produce different types of kind of knowledge. How do we see this in that case?
So you are saying that so one statement can be interpreted in the many ways. So it is going to produce the many different kinds of the knowledge.
So yeah, so would it be an example of Vyabhicharata for that?
Yeah. So any non-defective Shabda, it may have many meanings. So that many meanings, it doesn't mean that it is wrong. All meanings are right. What is the Prama and Brahma? That definition you should not forget. So right knowledge. So even if one sentence is producing the 4 different meanings, and if 4 are right, then that is the Prama only. That is a proper Pramana only. Okay.
Okay. And another question is about pratyaksha, which we take from different senses though. So there is manasi pratyaksha. And I always thought that basically the definition manasi pratyaksha is anuman, means the pramana which is coming from.
Yeah, understood.
From your
you are saying that manasa pratyaksham is anumana. You are that kind of idea you are having. You are saying that?
Is that, yeah, so
but it is a very different,
because I see Jiva Goswami has completely different classification of pramana. So would you?
Yeah, I will explain.
Maybe just give us an example of manasi pratyaksha, so it'll be more clear.
Manasa pratyaksha example is now. So you are from Russia and you know the place already you have seen, and now you are seeing that same place through the mind. Just now you are thinking about the one place in your country, Russia. So then immediately now you are seeing that place. That is known as manasa pratyaksham. Your mind is touching that object. Yes. So then you are seeing that in your just you are seeing in your mind, because the mind went to that place, that particular place, and it is touching that, and then only you are imagining, or you are whatever you are seeing in your mind. That is known as manas pratyaksham. So mental speculation, otherwise you can say. So speculated knowledge is the manas pratyaksham.
And what's the difference with anuman?
Anumana is working with the 5 limbs are there. Pratigna, after that Hetu, next Udaharana, Nigamana, and conclusion. These are the 5 limbs are there. In that way it is produced. If it is produced, then that is known as Anumiti Gnanam. That is produced from the Anumana Pramana. That we'll discuss in the next class. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Who else? Okay, done. Atul Prabhu? No, not second time. Okay. You have a question? Mike. Because you have another class. And he will come on time only.
Prabhu, Vaidusha Pratyaksha is having English name also? Avidusha Pratyaksha.
Avaidisha is Avaidisha only. It's good actually. Keep that in Sanskrit only, Prabhu. We will introduce the
With-
Sanskrit terms. It's good. Even in English, Sanskrit terms should go. Not
So
that
we are
the
not using any
Sanskrit
other English term,
should
right?
go.
On this
Yeah.
only we are using.
Yeah.
Avidusha.
Yeah, yeah. Avaidisha is Avaidisha. Is good. Okay, thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.